Hello and welcome to the Sunday Preview Rundown. This week we've got Space Marines and such.
Space Marines and then like other stuff.
Can we talk about how much of just a dismissal that is of everything else in here?
I mean, to be fair, there's not much.
But that's the kind of joke we would do.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So what we're saying is we are just as good at Games Workshop.
Yeah, obviously.
But yes, finally, thankfully, we don't have to talk about not having any Space Marines because we now have Space Marines.
Yeah, we did make the joke that we would just say that we didn't have it anyway, but...
And of course, by making the joke, we invoked Space Marines.
Yeah, the next week.
First and foremost, we have Codex Space Marines. So, there's not a lot to talk about here. We've seen one really dodgy leak about this.
Yeah.
That hasn't really been confirmed.
One leak and then I think 2 articles.
2 articles.
Yeah.
But here's my question.
Ooh.
Because this happened with the Tyranids Codex, which came out first.
Yes.
For about a week, are we going to have pre-nerf Desolator prices in this book?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. 100%.
Yeah, that's my guess, is we're going to run into the same thing we ran into with Tyranids, because this book has been printed for 6 months.
Yeah. The balanced data slate already updated the stuff in Tyranids before that was even out.
Yep.
And they were coming out pretty close to each other. This one is even further out, so yeah, definitely.
Definitely. All right, so have fun with that with your local player who's a jerk.
So in the Tyranids book, it does say that the most recent points are online.
Yes,
which
GW, to their credit,
basically completely invalidates the fact that they're in the book.
Uh-huh.
To their credit, sure.
If you didn't have to buy the book to get the code for Warhammer app, I wouldn't buy one, and they know it.
Yep.
There is also a special edition, and let's just get this out of the way. This special edition is not nearly as cool as the Tyranids one.
No, it's not. It's not the Norn hugging a tower.
The Librarian is just not that cool. Sorry.
No, he's not. They could have done something cooler. I don't know what, though.
Well, we're not artists. We're not getting paid.
Yeah.
Although, from what we know of Games Workshop, neither are the artists.
Neither are they.
Heyo. Now, here we get to the models that are released.
Yes.
But with 2 conspicuous absences.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. We got the Captain with jump pack.
Yep.
We talked about this during our Nova previews.
Yep, at length, because he looks very cool.
It is literally the pose of the existing Intercessor Sergeant, though, just flying.
Yep, different backpack and not on the ground.
Here's my problem with him. Because of the balanced data slate, points on Captain, or stock on Captain's way down.
Yes, that is true.
Because...
the battle tactic only.
Yeah, and that's kind of the all Marines captain shtick, is giving you a free stratagem. But now that free stratagem is only battle tactics, I don't know.
We're gonna have to see all the detachments and all their stratagems before.
And what other rules he has.
True.
Because he could have another rule that just makes jump pack intercessors amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we've also got the Chaplain Terminator armor.
I don't know why I love this guy so much.
It's a cool model. The skull thing is reminiscent of Necrons.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Sorry, the skeleton ribs, I should say.
He does look a lot like he's a Necron in disguise.
Everyone loves Immortan Joe. Yeah, that face is particularly a Necron as well.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. We've seen his rules preview, sort of. He gives a +1 to wound like pretty much every other Chaplain.
Yeah. And so I think every current Chaplain is +1 to wound on the unit they're in, and they can... if the unit becomes battle shocked, they can make them not battle shocked.
They can unbattle shock them.
So, I mean, that's obviously subject to change, but probably what he's going to do.
To heck with you, unbattles your shock. Now, the company heroes, these were also shown off at Nova. And what I didn't think of until today is that, functionally, this is just a way for them to more expensively sell you a captain.
Well, it's a captain and other stuff.
Sure, but this is going to be the way to get that shiny new captain who has a bunch of different options. Now, we've also seen some leaks, potentially, that the company champion, who was previously his own unit, is now no longer his own hero.
Oh.
He's only available in here.
Gotcha.
So you've got a company champion, a guy who gives you, +1 OC, 2 veterans who have basically the Sternguard veteran stat line.
Sure.
And the captain.
Yep.
We'll have to see what rules they have besides that.
The family who slays together.
Stays together. Terminators.
Yep, the multi-part Terminators, showing off that delicious heavy flamer.
Yep.
And more chain fists.
And hopefully a Cyclone missile launcher as well.
Why does the leader just have a knife?
It's a power sword.
Oh,
it
yeah.
just looks...
The angle on it makes it look really short.
And that's because it's terrible.
Fair. It is.
Jump back at Intercessors. You mentioned that the interesting thing about this is that they are coming in boxes of 5.
It is a 5-man squad.
Yes, not 10 like the Assault Intercessors. Well, Assault Intercessors are still squads of 5.
Yes.
They come in boxes of 10.
Boxes are 10. This is the first one that we've seen, really, that's Well, I guess that's not necessarily true. We talked about it previously off camera that it was 32 millimeters. Space Marines are usually in boxes of 10.
Yep.
And this one, I believe, is the first one that counters that.
Well, one of the first ones, because the Sternguards are also on 32s.
Yeah.
And they're also in 5s.
It's the first one that we've seen so far in this preview today.
Yeah. So the question is, are they still going to be $60?
I think, going by the conventions of the Tyranids that already came out, I would say probably 50. Go a little bit cheaper, but, you know.
But that still kind of sucks.
Oh, it definitely sucks.
When you get a 10 Assault Intercessors for 60.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of the Sternguard veterans.
Yep, same deal.
This is the first time we've seen that they can get a Pyre Blaster. So the Pyre Blaster normally is just the weapon that the Infernus Marines have.
Right.
But this one's bigger.
It is.
So
it would be disappointing if it was the same profile.
My guess is it just has the Pyre Blaster stats with devastating wounds.
Probably.
Which is still pretty good.
That is pretty good. I wouldn't be upset about that. Neither would Sean.
Yeah. My question is, why do they keep calling out the back banner like it's some amazing special thing?
Because it hasn't been one in a while.
Yeah, because they suck, and they're annoying, and they break.
I agree.
I'm probably not building mine with a back banner.
Nope, neither.
Because it's very irritating. And then we get to things from the name of the box that we can't remember. If we were smart, we would pause right now and look it up. Should we do that?
Agastus.
Agastus, thank you.
I know what it is.
Do we want to leave that in then just to make fun of me?
Sure.
All right. So, Strike Force Agastus box.
Yep.
Which was the debut of the Desolator Marines and the Brutalis Dreadnought and this shiny new multi-part lieutenant.
Yeah.
Because all the other lieutenants are not really options.
No,
You
there
just
are no options.
pick one, and that has the loadout.
It's like, which lieutenant do you want? Buy them all.
Yeah.
Collect them all.
So this is the first time we get a lieutenant that you can build. This is obviously being played by Leslie Nielsen, who's a wonderful actor. So I'm very happy for him.
I think bottom left is Leslie Nielsen. I don't know if the top one. I know it's the same head.
That's the same head.
I understand it's the same head, but it doesn't look like him on the top. On the bottom left, it does.
Bottom left is definitely Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Top right is, I don't know, General Tullius from Skyrim is
Closer.
and bottom right is whoever you want. It does confirm that he still is granting lethal hits, which is what he does in the current codex.
Yep, lieutenants do that. Everything has a convention. It's the, captains give the free strat, that kind of thing, and lieutenants is lethal hits.
Yep. And then we got the Brutalis Dreadnought.
Finally available by himself.
Yep.
Finally not in a box with the busted Marines.
Yeah, we'll see what his well, I'm assuming the points are already set because of the I'm assuming those aren't going to change with the new codex.
Probably not.
Because they're probably not going to change that document.
Probably not. I mean, they could.
So he kind of exists in a spot where he is a little pricey for his durability, but he does hit very hard against basically anything because of his dual profiles.
Yeah. The double claws, orb fists, and double multi-melta is terrifying.
Yeah, he's very good at killing both large amounts of infantry, Marines, and vehicles in melee. The problem is getting there because he's hard to hide because he's huge and he can't walk through buildings.
Correct.
So it's kind of the normal melee monster problem.
I feel like they should be able to walk through buildings.
Like just through them.
Knock them over.
Yeah. And then we've got the Desolation Squad.
This
picture just reminds me how much I hate these. Like, not because the rules have been settled.
Yep.
They finally realized how brokenly overpowered they were, and they've now pointed appropriately. And all the Marine players are crying, and I have no sympathy for any of them.
Yeah, absolutely zero.
But these just look awful.
They do. They look terrible. And why did they... It's like the same pose right next to each other at the top, and then the other two are flanking.
Yeah, why did they do that?
Why are they all... I didn't notice that, which I mean I guess is a good thing. But why are they the same pose? It's only a 5-man box.
They're not quite the same pose. They're quite just a little bit different. Look at the helmet.
Well, the helmet is just a facing thing. But like if you look at the legs are slightly different.
The legs are slightly different. They are painted different, so they didn't just copy-paste it.
That's true.
That's what's baffling to me.
Yeah.
My question is, all the Primaris units' shtick is that unlike previous Marine units, which were all the idea was they're generalist.
Yeah.
Tactical Marines, the point was that they could shoot, but they could also hit really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Primaris leans into actually everything is a specialist.
A specialist, yeah.
But with this, they decided to give all of the different long-range options to one unit. Mm-hmm. It's anti-tank and anti-infantry and
horde
and anti-indirect.
Yeah.
Why was this? This should be a kit with two different options.
Technically, it is two different options. There is the super crack and the super frag, which you have to pick between.
Right.
But then they also get the extra thing that is blast and very good against infantry.
Right.
Like they shouldn't have the underslung
blast
blast weapon. It should be either tank killing or infantry killing, and that's it.
Yeah.
But no, they're just both.
Yeah.
And they get to fire both at the same time, which is the stupid part.
Right.
If they were even regular missile launchers where you had to either fire the crack or the frag,
That's what they should be.
but
That's what I'm saying. Sorry, I think we were both on the same page.
Okay.
There should
Yeah,
be
we're
one
definitely
option
both
that
on
is
the same
the regular missile launcher, frack or crag.
Yeah.
And then one option is the indirect anti-horde thing.
Yeah.
Because if you want a little anti-horde artillery.
but nope, it's
Yeah.
just you get your cake and eat it too.
Which means, but now that they're appropriately costed for that ability, now they're too expensive. Because it turns out that having all those things in one unit makes them too expensive.
I don't think they're too expensive for what they do at the moment.
No, sorry, when I say too expensive, I mean that they're very expensive.
Yeah, they're appropriately costed, but
right.
they're very expensive.
You can't make them cheaper because they're too good, but now they're 210 points, and I could fit something better in my list for anti-tank, probably.
I mean, I agree. But anti-tank and anti-infantry?
Yeah, Gladiator Lancers.
Fair. For cheaper.
And that is a problem with Gladiator Lancers. That's also too cheap.
Yeah.
And then Combat Patrol Space Marines. This is just the Marine half of the Leviathan without the Dreadnought and without the Sternguard.
It's more appropriately the Marine half of the starter set.
Yep. This will probably be online only.
Yeah, that Tyranid one is, strangely enough.
Yep.
I don't know why they did that, but...
And then finally the data sheet cards and the dice set.
Yep, we knew this was coming. The dice, I wish they weren't blue, but you know.
I got 99 reference cards.
Ultramarines got an Ultramarine. Oh, yeah, there's 99. Great.
Yeah, so this is going to be really expensive because there's 99 of these things.
They even changed the package for it.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that makes sense, but...
And then now the re-release of the chapter-approved Leviathan mission deck.
The hopefully not busted one?
This is definitely the first time we've released this. Never
Oh,
before
wait.
have we released this and ruined it. if you missed the joke. The previous version of this did come out with Leviathan, and there was a misprint.
Yep, so they had to recall all of it. They gave everybody their money back.
Yep. And they're not going to mention that at all in this release.
Not even bringing it up.
Nope.
I'm interested to see if they just copy and pasted the preview from the last time they put it out. That'd be great.
And that's it for all the 40k Marines. We now move on to Horus Heresy. We've got the first Praetor who is not Sons of Horus or Imperial Fists.
Yeah, he got wolfy stuff. I like him. He's cool.
It is a cool model.
He has a back banner, which is a problem.
Eh. And then some helmets that I don't like.
Oh no, those look bad.
First off, stop photographing beakies from the front.
Yeah. It just makes their face look like a smooth...
It's like photographing an eagle from the front. It doesn't look majestic anymore.
I'm going to try and find a picture and put it on screen.
You should.
Now, to be fair, they did say Space Marines and such, and it's basically just Space Marines.
The and such is Black Library.
Yeah. And the Leviathan deck technically.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't have Space Marines on it.
Right. Speaking of Black Library, we've got a brand new book, and I'm going to say this actually does look like an interesting concept.
It does?
It's Call versus Fabius Bile.
Mm-hmm.
I like the cover.
I actually got into a conversation about what Fabius Bile is doing with all the gene seeds he's collecting, so maybe we'll find out.
Yeah. And then there's a nice special edition signed by the author.
Sure. So either $1 bajillion or out of stock.
Both.
Yeah.
Wrath of the Lost, a new Flush Terrors novel.
Cool.
Meh.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Only in Death.
Yeah, the changes to languages and the audiobooks I usually just skip.
Eisenhorn, der Sammelband.
Those Sammelband.
But then there is my favorite, which is Wallfahrt de Flores.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that was the bunch you were talking about. Oh, you're a monster. I'm sorry. Oh, that was worth it. Oh, that was worth it.
Pilgrims of Fire in German.
Now I have to put the whole thing in. now I was gonna cut this, but now I gotta put it in. Nothing has mattered since Wallfahrt. Wallfahrt to 4.
Anyway, that's it for this week. So you said that for you, Space Marines are just super low on your priority list.
They are low on my. I only really collected them at the beginning of 9th edition because I got the starter set and I have them anyway, and I picked my favorite Space Marine sub-faction, which was Space Wolves.
Yep. Now, they did call out that divergent chapters can still use the detachments in the Codex.
Yep.
So you'll still be able to use that. But you're probably not going to pick this up at launch.
Probably not.
Go
I'll probably wait for the restock.
See, for me, I'm excited for my Dark Angels.
That's fair.
To get the Codex rules so I can like actually decide what I want to paint and put in my list instead of being in that, well, something could change.
I'm going to tell you what. I keep wanting to say detachments, but the... what are they called? Where you pick at the beginning of the turn and you move faster.
Oh, doctrines.
Doctrines. I am not gonna miss people just taking doctrines every single game. I hate doctrines.
They're so good.
Yeah, that's
problem.
why I hate them.
I will say that I like them thematically because it really does feel like what Marines are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's why they've always had those doctrines. It's supposed to be we are so well drilled that we can switch with the battle's flow at a moment to, okay, so I need to advance and shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to fall back and shoot. So I do like them. I am excited to see what the other options are.
Me too.
But that's it for the releases. This will all go up for pre-order next Saturday, except for the Forge World, which will go up next Friday.
Right.
Given Games Workshop's handling of other pre-orders, for the Tyranids especially, if you are interested in these, I would suggest keeping an eye out for them.
Yeah.
Especially, I was going to say especially the Desolators, but probably not anymore.
Probably not.
And thank God for that.
Agreed.
But the Sternguard and the jump packs.
Oh, yeah.
I would absolutely jump on those if you want them, because they're going to be gone.
We didn't mention which ones were missing.
Yeah, thank you for... I was just thinking that. Who's missing, Mitchell?
The Scouts and the Terminator Captain.
Yeah, not in this release.
Yeah, strange.
They're going to be in the Codex, so you could just use your old Scouts.
Yeah.
It looked like they got bumped up to 28 millimeters,
Yeah, probably.
which, because, that just seems to be the new thing.
32.
I thought it was 28s.
Really?
Yeah, that's my guess.
I would look at the Black Templar ones and see what they're on.
They're on 32s.
So yeah, my guesses are just gonna be 32s anyway.
Either way, you could probably just use your old Scouts. They're a
Yeah.
range unit, not a melee unit, so their base doesn't matter that much.
Unfortunately, the only Scouts that I have all have snipers, and I can't use all snipers.
No, you can't anymore.
So-
I have a unit of each.
Maybe I
so-
should just like pass out one of my snipers to all my friends.
Here, I have a sniper. Well, that's it from us this week. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you heard, leave us a like and a comment. Let us know below if you're picking up any of these Marines, if you're just sick of Marines and looking to what they're doing next. And we'll Wallfahrt you next week.